Hello my dear learners, how are you all? Wishing your good health. I am starting my today's lesson. Here I am Laila Arjuman, lecturer in English, Milestone College. My dear students, we are human beings and we are delivering lots of sentences every day to express our feelings and our emotions, whatever we want to say to others. But if we don't know the proper use of verb in a proper sentence, the sentence will be wrong. So you can guess that what is the today's topics. Our today's topics is using right forms of verbs. Dear students, in question number 4 of English second paper question, you will get a topics on using right form of verb. For this topic, you will get a passage. In that passage, you will get 10 gaps. Each gap contains 0.5 marks. So, total marks of these topics is 5. If you don't know the correct use of verb in a right place, that time you will not get these 5 marks. That's why I am here to discuss these topics. Today I will show you how can you use the correct form of verb in a correct place. And for this you can see some clue in the passage. And by using this clue you can use the correct form of verb. So let's have a look in the board for my next discussion. Students, you know that there are two types of verb, that is principal verb and auxiliary verb. Today I will discuss about some forms of verb. At first I will show you the to-be verbs. There are 5 to-be verbs. Those are am, is, are, was, were. And 3 have verb, to have verb. Those are have, has, had. And then the modal auxiliary verb can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, ought to, going to, etc. etc. There are to do verb also. Those are do, does, did. And there are some main verbs, and for that main verbs you will get some forms. That the forms of the verb is present form, past participle form and present participle form also. And you know that according to tense there are 3 types of tense: present tense, past tense and future tense. And for that tense we can use different forms of verb. For present tense we can use different types of verb, and for past tense we use another types of verb, another forms, and for future the forms of verb is different. For present tense we can use in indefinite tense the main form of the verb, that means the V1 form. For continuous tense we use am, is, are plus verb V1 plus ing. For present perfect tense we can use have or has plus V3 form, that means the past participle form. And for present perfect continuous tense we can use have been or has been, then the V1 plus ing. And for past tense, there in past indefinite we also use like this, like V2 form in past indefinite. Then past continuous we can use was, were plus V1 plus ing. For past perfect we can use had plus V3. For past perfect continuous we can use had been plus V1 plus ing. For future also like this. For future indefinite tense we can use will or shall plus V1. For future continuous tense, shall be, will be plus V1 plus ing. And for future perfect, shall have or will have plus V3. And for future perfect tense, shall have been or will have been plus V1 plus ing. Dear students, now I have selected a board question for your practice. This is from Borishal Board 2017. The question is, complete the following text with right forms of verbs. The passage is, malaria is carried by a kind of mosquito. If a mosquito bites a man who has malaria, it will carry away some of the germs of the disease. Here in number A, subject is malaria. It is the subjective form of the object and the verb is carry. Here this is the passive form of this sentence, and for passive form before verb we use here an auxiliary verb. Malaria is the third person singular number, that's why auxiliary verb is and the third form of the main verb, that is carried. So the answer is carried. In number B, if a mosquito bites, here it is a conditional sentence. First condition, if the first clause is present tense, then the second clause will be future indefinite tense. That's why B and C is the same answer. That means the present form of the verb. Bites and has. Mosquito is third person singular number, that's why S is added with the verb bites. And mosquito is third person also, that's why to have verb is has. And the second sentence is future indefinite tense. If this mosquito then bites a healthy man, the germs may get into his blood and he gets malaria. Mosquitoes lay their eggs in standing water. In the first sentence, the answer is get, because this is the first conditional sentence. The first condition is, if the first clause is present indefinite tense, then the second clause will be future indefinite tense. The first verb is bites, that's why the second verb will be will get or may get. Here the given word is may and the answer is get. This is the base form of the verb. Then the second sentence, mosquitoes lay their eggs in standing water. Here mosquitoes is third person plural number and the verb is lay. After third person plural number we use only the base form of the verb. That's why answer is lay. So the full sentence is, mosquitoes lay their eggs in standing water. If there was no standing water, there would be no mosquitoes and so there would be no malaria. Sometimes people put kerosene well on standing water. Here the first sentence is conditional sentence. This is the second condition. Second condition is, if the first clause is in past form, then the second clause will be future. That means would plus V1. Here verb is to be verb, that's why F number answer is would be. Then the second sentence is, sometimes people put kerosene well on standing water. Here the subject of this sentence is pupil. It is the plural form and that's why the verb is only the base form of the verb. So the answer is put. So the full sentence is, sometimes people put kerosene well on standing water. And this kerosene well kills the mosquitoes before they are or can be big enough to fly away. Here in H number the verb is kill. The subject is this kerosene well. This is the third person singular number, that's why I added here S with the main verb. That's why the answer is kills. Then they are big enough to fly away. Here the verb is are, because the subject is plural form. That's why we use here only the base form of the verb. Then after to we use here fly. It is the infinitive. After to we should use the main form of the verb. We cannot use this form. This is the infinitive form of the verb. That's why the answer is to fly. Here I have selected another board question from Select Board 2017. The question is, complete the following text with the right forms of verb. The passage is, a walk by the riverside in the evening is very useful and pleasant. Here subject is third person singular number and the verb is to be verb. For third person singular number we use in present form is. That's why in number A we have used here is. One can enjoy not only the beautiful sight but also get the fresh air. It refreshes the mind when one takes a walk by the riverside. Here the passage is in present mode and in number B, subject is one, third person singular number. That's why the verb is can enjoy. After modal auxiliary verb, verb will be in present form. Then in number C, the same situation. That's why the answer is get. In number D, the subject is it, third person singular number. That's why I added here S with the main verb refresh. The answer is refreshes. And in number E, the verb is takes because the subject is one third person singular number. Bangladesh is a riverine country and you can avail yourself of this opportunity of walking by the riverside. In the cities, there are parts where you can go for a walk. Here in number F, after modal auxiliary verb can, the verb is in present form. And in number G, after preposition, ing add with the verb. That's why verb is walking. This will help you keep fit, but if you don't do it regularly, you will not be able to reap the benefit. Here in number H, after subject you, verb is present form. Then in number I, it is a conditional sentence. That's why first clause is present, second clause will be in future. And after to, verb is in only present form. Answer is reap. That's all for today, my dear students. I wish all of you have understood my lesson, and if you have any question about these topics, you can ask me anytime. I will be available with you. So thank you all. Stay at your home. Stay safe. Take care of your health. Allah Hafiz.